My week 5 cash secured puts messed up. Here's what happened. My previous week puts were going well, so I decided to buy them back for a profit and get a head start on the next week. I sold 3 cash secured puts with a strike of 31.50 for 47 each, and I sold 1 cash secured put with a strike of 31 for 50. My thinking was these had more time to expire, which means it had more extrinsic value, meaning more premium in my pocket. This is normally true, but I forgot to check one thing, when the earnings date was. Earnings were coming up and I didn't notice. I kept wondering why premiums were so high on my contracts, even though the price hadn't moved. So I decided to look around to find out why, and I found out that earnings was coming up, which kept increasing the implied volatility. And as the days got closer to the earnings date, the premiums kept increasing. To make it even worse, the stock started dropping as well, which caused the premiums to increase even more. So if I sold my puts closer to the earnings date, I would have been able to capture that increased implied volatility. But I sold my puts too early, so I didn't get to capture any of that IV spike. Because I felt in such a bad position and I didn't want to risk it anymore, I decided to buy back the contracts for the increased premium. I brought back the 31.50 strikes for 410, and I brought back the 31 strike for 395. This whole thing put me down about $1,400 USD. I've learned from this, and I've learned how powerful news and earnings can be in relation to contract price. You can also use earnings and news to your advantage to sell on the date to capture the IV spike. So that's the week 5 recap. Bit rough, but I've learned from it and I'll be better next week.